All right, let's see what's happening here. We're not. Hello, Aaron, Gary. We're not in Spencer City. I'm about to take a drive through Altadena here in a second. We're in Altadena. He's over in Palisades. I'll get to him. I'll get to him. I went too hard on him. I think I went hard on him. You know what? He lost his home. He has every right to do what he's doing. You know what? I don't know why I'm trying to fight with him. Fuck it. The lawsuit will tell us if he's right or if he's wrong. Okay? Let's let the lawsuit decide. I feel sick. I feel sick. That's what I feel. I sound like Robert Stack. I can't even talk. The line for CatCon is longer than the line for Comic-Con. I'm not fucking standing in that. Who the fuck would stand in a line like that? The line for the K-pop con is also absurd. I'm not standing in that either. I am going to go to the Tesla protest, and so all these people who are just fucking bagging me can now get excited. I'm not going to eat. I'm going to stand with the protesters. I don't have a sore throat. If I talk too much, I'm going to lose my voice. I know the pattern. I screamed, I fucked it up, and you have to shut up for 3 days to fix it. What was I going to say? Every Saturday and Sunday, indefinitely, there is a heavy protest at the Tesla diner. Every Saturday, every Sunday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. The Tesla diner they have 2 giant blow-up balloons that do the Nazi salute. They have a guy dressed as a Tesla truck. It's a whole scene over there. So for everybody who dragged me in the comments on TikTok, they're going to be happy to see me protesting the diner for a change. Although I'm not really I'll be standing with the protesters. Gary, I'm not happy with the gridlock, and I don't even live there. I'm just talking about trying to drive in and out. If I was one of the neighbors, I would be fucking irate. The gridlock is retarded. First of all, I used the R word. I don't think that's ever going to leave my vocabulary, you guys. Sorry. I just can't identify that word as a slur. I just can't do it. It's a funny word, and comics identify funny words and they just can't let them go. Okay, the N word, not a funny word. Although if someone like Richard Pryor uses it during a bit, it can help accentuate the funny in the bit. But nothing funny about the word. There's a fire above San Luis Obispo. Oh, Obispo. San Luis Obispo. But I did determine that my cat did fall off the bed on her head and her spine 2 nights in a row. So I'm assuming that's what's wrong with her. I hope she didn't give herself like a concussion or a subdural hematoma. You know? Tell the Seinfeld guy. Gary, are you talking about Michael Richards? You know, the thing with Michael Richards is this. He was my hero for so many years through the 90s, you know? And I was often described as being a Kramer. When I would make an entrance into a room, I made it like Kramer, you know, with intent. Meaning I wanted to look funny as I came gangly into a room. I wanted to blow the door open and do a weird move, kick my foot up on a table. Just something like every time I entered a room, I was Kramer. Specifically when I got to LA and we were driving hookers at night, aka massage therapists, okay? But let's be honest, they were hookers. And I worked as a driver / bodyguard for girls of the night. But every time I came in and out of the office, I made a Kramer entrance. And I was pretty popular for that, actually. Hello, Drew. Michael Richards, I mean, I still watch that tape. And it's wild, man. Once you get to a certain status of celebrity and money, and then you back out there, I don't know what the hell he was out trying to do stand-up comedy for anyway. That was at the Laugh Factory. I like the Laugh Factory. I was thrown out of there one night, and I may have pulled a Michael Richards on the security guard, you know what I'm saying? I didn't. I can't even make jokes. But the security guard did throw me out one night. I didn't go back for a couple years because I didn't want them to recognize who they had thrown out. I didn't want to get blacklisted. From this very same Laugh Factory. Do I believe he was having a bad day? The thing is, there's no avenue for defending Michael Richards that night. Like, we can forgive and forget about it. I mean, every single person I grew up with for the first 20 years of my life made Michael Richards look like a saint. And I still get text messages from people back home where I'm from, and the text message says, "Hey, N-word, what's going on? Hey, N-word, this, and this." You understand? And I don't support that. And I just have a good understanding of what it's really like out there in the middle of America, okay? And the people that I grew up with are my friends, and some of them are still ignorant. And you really can't fix ignorance. Now, again, what Michael Richards did is indefensible. Like, when let's say there is a group of African Americans in the upper level at the Laugh Factory, and you're Michael Richards and you're doing your set, and it's starting to irritate you. These are people that this is a comedian's job, is to diffuse them, roast them, deal with the heckler. I don't think they were heckling him necessarily. I think they were just people talking out loud while he's trying to do a set. That's when you do the African American joke related to how African American people speak out loud too much at movie theaters, right? That's an ongoing bit and a stereotype that can be funny and not offensive. So that's the avenue he should have taken. You know, what are we at the movies? I've heard louder outbursts, you know, something, whatever he would have wanted to think of. Or he could have just said, he could have not played a stereotype at all. I'm saying in a stereotype. Or he could have just said, "Shut up. Hey, you guys up there, pointed, stop the show." And he could have said, "I'm doing a show down here." You know, just simple as that. You know. But the way he snapped was indefensible. Over Tim thoughts on Pee-wee? Pee-wee? Some street person just walked right up and waved at the camera. Thoughts on Pee-wee. Thoughts on Pee Wee Herman over the end at the adult theater? I did know him. I mean, it's not like we were friends, but I had a 3-hour conversation with him one day before shooting some scenes with him. And Paul's a fucking amazing dude. He's one of the best people I've ever met in my life. He was 60 years old, I think, when I shot with him. And we sat in the makeup trailer together. Took him like 3 hours to make him look like he was basically 30 when he was 60, right? And they had to do a lot of makeup and shit on me because they made me the... He died last year. There's an amazing documentary on him. His neighbors took his cat. He's one of the... Me and my brother were trying to figure out how we could buy his house. I think I might have enough capital to get the down payment, but probably not. I think the list price was $5 million or $7 million. But I really do want his house. What's the down on that? I probably don't have that down payment. I love Pee Wee Herman, but I like to say Paul Reubens. I know a lot of people that knew him better than I knew him. I mean, this is why I like working on TV, you know, because that's the kind of shit that happens. You get there at 5 a.m., eat some eggs, they send you to the makeup trailer, and before you know it, you're sitting right next to Paul Reubens, and you have to have a conversation for 3 hours. I mean, it would be weird otherwise. So now you're sitting there with Paul, and it's a 4-way conversation. The girl doing his makeup and hair, the girl doing my makeup and hair, and me and Paul. So it's basically a 4-way conversation, and those are the moments that I actually particularly like about working in TV and movies, are the moments where you actually get to know someone and meet them and like have a human conversation, like you're at a boardroom meeting. Anyway, I'm going to take a drive through Altadena. I'm not going to CatCon because I'm not standing in line. I can't go on TikTok because you can't drive on TikTok. But let's see. I haven't been back. I just stopped right at this is the furthest southerly building that burned. We did lives here. Let's take a look and see how the cleanup is going. I believe what he did at the Cat Theater wasn't odd or abnormal, but I don't know what the etiquette. Okay, well, Karina, you did ask me about it. He did get canceled hard for that for a while. You guys, what he did at the theater is normal and it's fine. Those are legal businesses, okay? And for anybody who doesn't know what's going on at these adult theaters, nobody really thinks that people are going to adult theaters to watch the movies, right? Of course, there's nefarious activity going on. There's been movies about it, there's been books about it, and there are adult theaters all over the country, and it just depends on the city you're in, how they work. If you go to Texas, you'll see a lot of the brothels are zoned outside of the city, so you go out on dirt roads and see like flashing neon lights to an old fucking chicken coop, and you're like, what's back there? That's a whorehouse, okay? If you go to other cities, the zoning laws determine where you can have adult theaters and where you can have brothels and where you can have adult video stores, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And there is mostly homosexual, but some straight activity going on at all of these places. And if you guys know who fucking now his name is crossing my mind, is Fred Willard. Who knows Fred Willard? You know what I'm saying? This ain't TikTok friendly, Gary. So Fred Willard is one of the greatest fucking actors of our fucking time as a character kind of actor. Fred Willard is the greatest. He's in all the Christopher Guest movies. Okay, Fred fucking Willard. Well, about 5 years ago-ish, I forget when it happened, They caught him in the back of the fucking adult tiki theater on Santa Monica Boulevard and Western, where we were doing the fucking live last night. But it was 20 years after Pee Wee, and people kind of are over it. You can't cancel people for that shit. And sure, in a conservative straight world, you can consider this activity weird, sure, because it's happening technically in public, although it's in a private business. But this is what goes on in these places, you guys. Go watch you don't have to go to these places. You can just read the book or watch the movie related to it. Let's take a drive. Let's take a drive through Altadena. I'm going to the Tesla protest, you guys. I'm just gonna drive through here before I go to that. That's at 4 p.m. I'm gonna go see how committed these protesters are. Look, here's that car wash we were first at. They've cleaned all this up. This is that first car wash on the first day we did a live. Here's that car dealership we were famously at. The building is still there, but they've cleaned it up. Let's go down. There's that very first street we went down. This is the very first neighborhood we visited. Like literally while the smoke was still billowing. Look at what somebody put right here. Well, many comedians and many people make jokes about the custodian at these theaters, okay? The guy cleaning up the scum out of these theaters doesn't exactly have the best job in the world. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't look like, it basically looks like they were able to clean these properties up. There's really not a lot to see here. I'll take a drive through though anyway. Maybe I can get a better vantage point. But yeah, they cleaned Altadena up real nice. It's just kind of depressing. You know, there's a house that survived. It's just depressing. God bless beautiful Altadena. It's just really just depressing. I'll get up here though and take a look at the high ground where it's a better shot. Army Corps engineers nearly done. Tina, that's what I also wanted to do. I didn't mention that yesterday, but there are some squatters who have actually went and got addresses printed on their driver's license in Altadena and Altadena and Palisades. I'm hoping to find one of these squatter spots. I don't have a specific address, but let's see if we can spot a squatter and maybe we'll roast them. Like here's a car still sitting at a property. Let's see if we can find a squatter. Let's get up a little bit higher right there toward that mountain because you have a better view of more homes. You can't really see where we're at right here, so let me take a drive. But all these lots are all burn lots. These are all homes that are gone, of course. Let's see. See if we can find us a squad. I'll be talking. Oh, there's a possible squatter. That's a possible squatter because there is a trailer, but I'm sure that could be the owner. There's an Airstream on that lot. I don't know. I mean, sure, there can be a squatter, but couldn't the owner also be pulling an RV onto their own lot? That doesn't necessarily mean a squatter. I'm sure it's the homeowner. We're going to have a lively protest. We are going to, I am with peace and love. Moderators, don't get weird. But I will be testing negative versus positive engagement. Let me just put it that way. We all know my politics, but I am going to start allowing full engagement specifically at political events. I consider Tesla to be a political divide. I don't consider it. That's not my choice. Tesla is a political divide. Let's see how heated it gets. Okay, up here. It smells good again up here, you know? It smells good again. You guys, it smells like Teen Spirit again. Here's a home. I'm gonna drive down to the Tesla protest after I go to the film store. Let's see how. I just want to feel out the political divide. So we are gonna reverse course. This is gonna be my new thing. I know we don't even have anyone in the live here, so maybe I should wait to say it. I'm reversing course. I'm going full engagement until I'm at 6 figures. And I'll be honest with you, I've been talking to a creator about this. I don't want to say his name. But full engagement until 6 figures is what I'm being told. Let's just call him a TikTok agent, because he really kind of is. I need a 6-figure account, and we have to allow full engagement until I have a 6-figure account. Whatever that means. I know what that means, but I'm saying I'm only a third of the way there. I mean, he said anything you can do to ramp yourself up to 6 figures is going to put you in a spot where you can. I have a whole list written down where I can become a live whatever we're going to have to do, where I can start doing like live battles, which I don't want to do that shit, you guys. He said there's a couple things. You don't want to sacrifice you. You have to be whatever you are. You have to continue to be that. And I agree with that. And he said to turn the corner until 6 figures. And I can see that too. I agree with that. I was looking at Tony Chasing Trouble. That's not the guy I'm talking about that I was talking to, but he has turned that corner. And actually, he's a really good example of it. I was looking at his subscriptions and his blah, 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 blah. So with peace and love. But that's good. Yeah, Live Pro. I was referring to Live Pro. I'm never going to get to Live Pro until I get 6 figures. I did consult somebody, this guy. I'm not going to say his name because I don't talk about other live people. And it's not I'm sure you're all thinking it's somebody, it's not. So no guessing who it is when I talk about it on TikTok. Because I'll have to talk about this on TikTok. But there's other issues, you guys. This is why I'm working on YouTube. I don't like YouTube. I mean, in the sense that I don't like their video quality. I think it's shit. I think their video quality is so shit that I'm surprised people watch it. I'm losing my voice, man. This is not good. But you guys, we're gonna lose TikTok. I have another creator friend who has, across all platforms, has 5 million followers. This is not the same one I'm talking about. And he tells me, he says almost full certainty that TikTok will be banned. You guys understand TikTok is banned, right? I hope everyone's not under the impression it's not. TikTok is banned. You know, we're all using it, and we all got used to it. TikTok is not legal. It's banned. It's fucking banned. Donald Trump has signed like 8 executive orders in a row to save it. Okay, not 8, but you understand what I'm saying. He can't make a trade deal with China. He's not making a fucking TikTok deal with China. So, unless you guys go out and vote in the midterms and change most of Congress's mind and write new legislation and create a new bill, TikTok is against the fucking law in the United States. We're all acting like it's not. We're all acting like, oh, it's fine. I'm being told by the biggest creator I know, and one of the biggest creators on both platforms, he's telling me there's no way TikTok doesn't go dark because it's already illegal. It's fucking illegal. It's set in stone. It's a law. Castillo does all right, and I'm also not referring to Castillo, if anyone's wondering, about the creator. This is a creator some people might or might not know, but this is somebody who shares a professional agent with me. I have an agent who represents me in TV and film. Well, he happens to represent somebody who's a big TikTok guy and YouTuber. So this conversation happened in my agent's office, and we have agreed to not talk about each other's names on any platform or our private conversations, because my agent is going to be able to do more for me at 6. Well, this was a 3-way conversation. So my agent, representative of me for TV and film, can do so much more for me if I have 6 figures on my TikTok, which I think is going away. But that also applies to YouTube or Instagram. You'll be hearing me promoting Instagram a lot more soon because of this conversation. No, it's not Duran. It's not Duran. Duran doesn't have a professional TV and film agent that I know of. Maybe he does. Fuck, I don't know. I can't reveal who. I'm not going to say who it is. But we do share an agent. So if you really wanted to dox who it was, you could work hard to figure that out. I'm just telling you, I have an agent who I've been following his advice for 25 years. I do what he says. He guides me. That's it. He didn't even know I was doing creator shit. And the reason I hadn't told him is because